welcome back. I'm Annette Rose and this is Learn Network Marketing, and today we're talking about the 4 top things that you need to do to take charge of your financial future. So over the last couple of weeks we've been talking about a couple of things to do with money. So there's a reason that you started your network marketing business, but I know that it is really, really hard to keep going. It's really hard to stay the course. And the reason I wanted to do this little video series was because you do need to stay the course, because women need to keep earning money. We need to earn more money. The odds are absolutely stacked against us in terms of being able to have a really comfortable retirement. And in fact, not even a really comfortable retirement, we're actually talking about not retiring in poverty. We're talking about you not being homeless when it comes to retirement age. So over the last couple of weeks, we covered why you need to stay the course. And last week we talked about money blocks. So money blocks are all those reasons why you might be having trouble holding on to your money and why you might be having trouble saving. So go back and check out the video. There's also a blog that goes with that. So yeah, I hope those are helpful. Today we're moving on to the practical actions. So I've got 4 really key actions that I want you to take. All right, so step 1. Step 1 is all about not pretending that you're an ostrich. What happens when it comes to things that are uncomfortable is that we have a tendency to bury our head in the sand. Yeah, I do a pretty good ostrich impression. If you've read much about my story, you'll know that I've had some moments in my own life, in my financial life, where I have stuck my head in the sand. But I'm here to tell you that that is not going to lead to success. You are absolutely not going to be taking charge of your financial future. What you need to do is you need to rip off the Band-Aid and you need to start to really look at how much money you are going to need to retire, because quite frankly, that is the big aha moment for most people when I'm talking about money. We have this belief that we've got a really, really long time to come up with the funds that we need for retirement. But what I'm telling you today is that you absolutely don't. And so that is a bit of a shocker. So step 1, stop burying your head in the sand. That's pretty straightforward. All right, step 2. What we need to do is we actually need to find out how much money you have got in super savings today. So how are you going to do that is a very good question. What you will need to do is you're going to need to download the workbook that I'm going to drop in the comments, and that's going to take you through step by step how to find out. But the complication here is that a lot of people have lots of different super funds, because as you've been doing jobs throughout your life, if you've been working for companies that have paid into your retirement savings, what you might not have done is you might not have actually kept track of those. And you may not have also put those all into one fund so that it's easy to track. But what you do need to do is you need to gather up all of those superannuation savings. Ideally, we want to talk about, at the very least, making sure that you've got links to those and that you know how much is in each of them, and that you're checking them at least every 6 months to see how they're performing. So find out how much super savings you have got right now. Now, what I've done is I've actually, throughout my career, I have always consolidated my super savings into one fund, and that means that it's very, very easy to keep track of. I always know my super balance at any given point in time, and I would strongly encourage you to find out how much super savings you've got. Now, here comes the real shocker, because a lot of times women get to our age, and I am 47. A lot of times women get to our age and they look in their super savings. I was helping a beautiful lady recently who's going through a divorce, and we were talking about how she was going to make sure that she's taken care of and what they need to be doing about superannuation. I said to her, okay, log into your super savings account. She just has the one account, which was really, really good. She logged in and found that she has less than $100,000 in her super savings account, and she's 50 years old. So to me, that means that she's 15 years away from retiring, which is not very long, because every year there is only so much money that you can put into your super once you have all your expenses and all your regular things that you need to pay for. There's only so much that goes into super. Add that to the fact that women earn less, and what we've got here is we've got an absolute disaster waiting to happen. And so let's just talk about how much money you might need to retire. So in Australia, it's a really a good thing to know that our age pension actually doesn't kick in till age 67. So that is pretty late. And so if you were planning on retiring earlier and you don't have super savings, that may not happen. And then in terms of how much money you need to retire, this is where people start to get a little bit confused and they think that it's really complicated, but it really isn't. It isn't that complicated. There is a couple of rules of thumb. So if you are living, a modest lifestyle now, you would be looking at needing, in conjunction with the age pension, you would be looking at needing at least $600,000 to $700,000 in your retirement savings account. So that's the amount of lump sum money that you have when you come to the stage when you want to retire. And then what happens with that lump sum is that it gets invested. And when it gets invested, it earns interest returns, and that is what keeps that money going for a really long time. So when you think about it, you're actually going to need to sustain yourself. Let's say you retire at 65 and you live till 90, people are living longer. That's 25 years. That's a really, really long time to be earning no income. And that's why you need to be considering needing so much money. If you're living a more affluent lifestyle, you could need $1 million as a single person in your retirement savings. And I guess the question I've got is, do you have that? Do you have anywhere near that amount? And don't even get me started on the fact that we as women don't ever expect bad things to happen. So you might be in a happy marriage or a partnership or a relationship and you think, well, it's all going to be great, we're going to combine our resources. But I need to tell you that what if something happens? That just may not happen, and you need to plan like a grown-up, okay? So you need to find out how much money you have in your super, and then step 3 is you need to do some calculations to say how much of a lump sum do I need when I retire. Now there are some really great calculators on the internet. So in Australia, there's a company called First State Super, and on their website they have a calculator which is called How Much Super Projection. Okay, it's pretty straightforward. But you need to do the calculations. Please don't just think that everything is going to be okay. This is why 40% of Australian women are retiring in poverty, and it's also why women over 55 are Australia's largest growing group of homeless people. This is not a joke. There are beautiful, beautiful, beautiful women living in their cars because they didn't do what I'm laying out for you today. All right. Step 4 is really easy. It's just saying to you that you need to take action. Okay, you need to take action. And if that action is saying, you know what, today is the day, I'm going to book a 30-minute call with Annette, it's free, and Annette can help me come up with a plan, then that's what you need to do. If you know a financial advisor who's willing to spend some time with you for free initially, then you need to go and do that, okay? What we're talking about here isn't complicated. So 4 steps. Step 1, don't bury your head in the sand. It's not going away. Step 2, how much super do you have today? You need to find out. Step 3, you need to calculate how much you need. And step 4, you need to take some action. Okay? I have every confidence that you can do this because you were smart enough to jump into a network marketing business. That's why you're here on this page. Maybe you just know me. Whatever the case is, I want you to get on it. I don't want you to retire in poverty, and I don't want you to become homeless. And I hope that you can see that those are things that you should also not want to happen to yourself. Okay. So, as I said, you can book a chat with me. You can do that by going up top on Facebook and clicking on the Book Now link. If you are on Instagram, just nip to my bio and hit the link in my bio. I think it's the top option of Linktree, so when you click on that link, you'll see that there. And if you're on any other platform, just send me a direct message. I would love to help you get started on the journey. And then also, if you're needing help in your network marketing business and you need to, this has inspired you to start thinking about the fact that you need to start leveraging that business to make some real money, I'd love to talk to you as well. All right, I hope you have a beautiful weekend, and I will see you soon. Bye.